Hi everyone, I want to welcome you back to the next episode of borderline personality disorder. We're going to be discussing anxiety. I don't know how many of you know, but a lot of borderline patients experience anxiety. I myself am one of them. Now I know anxiety disorder can be very, very annoying. But to start out, I'm going to explain to you a couple of things about anxiety and why it tends to happen to us. Anxiety is the body's way of responding to being in danger. It's an adrenaline rush into our bloodstream to enable us to run away or fight. This happens whether the danger is real or whether we believe the danger is there when actually there is none. It is the body's alarm and survival mechanism. Primitive man wouldn't have survived for long without this life-saving response. It works so well that it often kicks in when it's not needed, when the danger is in our heads or hearts rather than in reality. We think we're in danger so that enough to trigger the system to go, go, go. People who get anxious tend to get into scanning mode where they're constantly on the lookout for danger, hyper alert to any of the signals, and make it more likely that the alarm system will be activated. Any thoughts on this? Well, yeah, I have a couple. The thoughts on this often occur to relate to our overestimating and exaggerating the actual threat and underestimating or minimizing our ability to cope. I'm in danger right now. The worst possible scenario is going to happen. I won't be able to cope with it. And in your physical sensations, the adrenaline response tends to be when there is real or we believe there is real threat or danger, our bodies automatically go into survival mechanism mode, and it kicks in very quickly. This helps energize us to fight or run. We will notice lots of physical sensations, which might include your heart racing, breathing getting faster, your muscles tensing and preparing fast, sweating, your pupils dilating, your digestive system can slow down, and you'll be a lot more alert. But behaviors might include avoiding people or places, not going out, going to certain places at certain times, shopping or smaller shops, or less, or doing things at nighttime when there's less people or crowd. Only going with someone else, escape to leave early, or go to feared situation but use coping behaviors to get through. Examples include self-talk, holding a drink, smoking more, fiddling with clothes or a handbag, avoiding eye contact with others, having an escape plan, medication. These are called safety behaviors. Everyone with anxiety has a safety behavior, and what it does is it makes you feel comfortable in knowing that no one can hurt, touch you, bother you, or make you feel scared. Now, the trigger in your mind for when you have an anxiety attack seems totally and completely real to you, but in most cases, that's not the case. The trigger is real. The trigger may be real, but 90% of the time it's imagined danger and it's not real. The thoughts are what you're thinking, which usually are, I feel so bad, it must be bad. I can't cope, something terrible is going to happen. Then your behavior kicks in and you avoid, you look to escape, you freeze up, you try to cope by doing things that help you feel better or keep you safe, not realizing that your feelings are getting ready to kick in, and then you feel anxious and fearful, and physical sensations of anxiety start to kick in. You don't seem to realize that a certain amount of anxiety helps us to be more alert and focused. But for people who have over anxious minds, too much anxiety can constantly cause you to be unhealthy and it can be detrimental to your life and relationships. What you need to do with anxiety is identify the specific triggers that tend to set you off and bother you. Now, I've noticed for a lot of different reasons with a lot of different people that anxiety triggers could be certain people, places, certain things, certain times of the day, certain situations, even certain things you hear, certain things you see, certain things that look. Now, in my mind, a lot of people say that there's a way to do things differently to unload the anxiety a little bit. You can avoid situations by going into your own mind to realize I'm going to walk into this situation for anxiety as a borderline patient. If this situation is going to make me anxious, then it is not for me, and I should be eliminating myself from the problem and eliminating myself from the situation, not to be anxious or upset or scared or nervous. Okay? Plenty of people don't seem to realize that you can control your anxiety, whether it be with medication, as I am taking. Okay? I take medication to control my anxiety. I take lorazepam, which is very helpful in most cases. It's given to most patients to control anxiety. But it's also given to help keep you stable enough so that when an anxiety or panic attack come along, it's not as bad and as profuse as you would expect it to be, because most people don't want it to be. Anxiety is an array of things in all different people. Being in a crowd could make somebody anxious. Falling down a flight of stairs could make you anxious. Being at a party with people could make you anxious. Talking to someone who's new or going on a job interview can make you anxious. Everyone has a different way of having an anxiety attack or having their anxiety kick in. And there's only so many things you can do to help yourself. You have to eliminate the anxiety. You have to eliminate the stress. You have to eliminate driving yourself to that point where you think that you're not going to be able to last or handle. You have to sit there and say to yourself, I am strong and I can fight and I'm going to be bigger than this attack and I'm going to overcome it and I'm going to make it so that I don't fall apart and that this attack is just part of what I'm doing. But guess what? I made it over it and I passed that hurdle and I did it and I did it myself. And that's what you need to realize, that you have to pass that hurdle, that you have to look past things and say that I'm better than this, and I can do better than this, and I know that I want better than this for myself. I don't want to hide behind a door. I don't want to hide in a house because I'm afraid to be around people. I'm a borderline patient, okay? I have anxiety, I have depression, I have anger problems, I have impulse problems. My anxiety used to be my biggest problem. I never wanted to go anywhere by myself. I didn't even want to leave the house by myself. And if I went out, I would do so at nighttime so that I did not have to see anyone. Now I look back at things and I say, wow, I feel like such a baby, because I used to be the most independent person in the world and I didn't need anybody. I could stay home by myself, I would go out by myself, I'd go shopping by myself, and I didn't care. And the truth to the matter is that at one point or another something clicked and I started to care. But now that something clicked back, I don't care. I'm bigger than my anxiety and I'm bigger than my problem and I'm bigger than it all. So I know that I can take my life back. You just have to use the 5 fighting mechanisms, and that is to be strong, be calm, be cautious, concentrate, and be safe. If you can do all of that, then you can literally keep from having your panic attacks. If you can avoid the stressors that come along in your life, okay, and you can put everything to the side and focus on you and only you will not have to worry about panic attacks, anxiety, any sort of thing like that. You will just be focused on you, which you is the most important person in the equation. Being a borderline patient does not mean that you give up on life or that you let life take you and walk you around by the hand. No, you take life and you take it back and you walk it by the hand. You show life that you're the one that's the boss, not life. You show your disorder that you control it. It doesn't control you. I let borderline personality disorder control my life. It's not controlling me anymore. I am controlling it. And when you take back your life and you start controlling it, then you will start controlling your anxiety, your depression, your anger, your impulsivity, your sleeping problems. You will take your life back and it will revolve around you. And then no one can stop you. So open up, write it down, talk about it. Tell a teacher, tell a doctor, tell a family member your fears, your hopes, your dreams, and open up and get rid of that anxiety. Take back what used to be your life and turn it into something that you want to make great. Make it the way it's supposed to be. Make it perfect. Make it how you want it to be, not the way anyone thinks it should be. And once you take your life back, or try to, or start to, I guarantee you, you will be thrilled with the results and be so happy that you actually went for it and that you're okay and that you did this, that you'd be amazed that, wow, I'm a BPD patient, but I am in control of my life. And I want you to be. I want you to fight like I am to be in control of your life because that's what I'm here and doing. I am finally taking back my life. I am fighting to be in control of my life, even though I have BPD. Thank you.